Hello, welcome to Age of Wonders Planetfall. So again, another Age of Wonders game. And I like, again, like I've said before, I like the Age of Wonders games. They do cheese a lot, like a whole lot, annoying me a lot at times. But they're fun to play, and once you kind of figure out what they do with the cheese, you can, properly prepare for it. And what am I talking about when I say the cheese? How does Age of Wonders Planetfall cheeses? Well, I'll point it out in the game when it occurs. But we're going to start a new campaign, and this is not going to be necessarily a kind of like tutorial playthrough where I'm explaining the game for people who are trying to learn the game. That's not what this is going to be. It's just going to be playing the campaigns of Age of Wonders Planetfall, which I think the campaigns itself actually has some explanation in it. So let's get started.
The currents of the void shift around me. Follow my voice, my last possession. My name was Empress Carmenia, and I was the last regent of the Star Union. We built a paradise on 1,000 planets, a glistening web strung between the stars. But the cataclysm shattered all, leaving our people stranded and alien to one another. Whoever you are, whatever you have become, it is time to leave this dark age behind and return to the worlds of your ancestors. Uncover our secrets, but heed our mistakes. Forge a new empire, a new age of wonders.
So we're going to do the tutorial campaign. So maybe that'll explain quite a bit of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But again, the purpose is not to explain the game to someone who's new to it. So when we start this, we're Jack Gelder. We are playing the Vanguard race. Our tech is Void Tech. We have these different perks, assault equipment. There's no background. Military detachment. Challenge level. So we want that to be... Let's see, what is challenge level? I don't know. We'll do a medium, of course. Hero resurgence, always. Never. Auto combat only. So select what happens when a hero dies during a battle while their side is still victorious. We're going to say resurgence. Because why not? Alright, start the mission.
Commander's personal record. Vanguard LCVP-86 emerged from void space intact. Our destination is a small planet located near to the anomaly in the system. Scans are showing nothing but static from the research outpost below. The distress call we received remains the only sign of life. The void anomaly looms over the planet like a dark omen. These scientists must have been mad to study the phenomenon from this close. But it's not for me to question their motives. We're here to secure a foothold, search for any survivors, and investigate what happened. Prepare for planetfall.
So the world size tiny, landmass type Pangea, water 1%, land 99%. Objectives: search for survivors and find out what happened.
Welcome, Commander. I am Ava, your autonomous integrated virtual assistant. Standard issue for every planetary governor of the Star Union. My messages will appear when important actions are undertaken for the first time. They can be reviewed at any time in the Imperial Archives.
Okay. The diamond icon and color will assist in early decisions by recommending certain choices. to direct the development of your starting empire. You can pan the camera using the arrow keys or WSAD keys and zoom in and out using the middle button on your mouse, I'm thinking. Additionally, the camera can be moved by holding down the left button and moving the mouse. Selecting is done by clicking the left button. To deselect something, use the left button anywhere else. Planetfall successful, Commander. Powering up base colony systems. Good, there's no time to waste. We'll start by setting up and expanding this colony. Start a surface scans for survivors and existing colony infrastructure. Inform me when our research systems are online. Yes, Commander. Recalibrating sensors and initiating surface scan. A biodome has been located nearby, but there are no signs of survivors. Continue scanning the planet's surface. If there are any survivors on this world, I want to know about it. I'll scout the adjacent sectors and investigate the biodome. It should contain supplies that will help us expand our colony. So once a search for survivors, select your army and explore the nearby sector. Locate and investigate the overgrown biodome. Hint, you can see your progress in your current active quests in the objectives interface. So objectives, explore the nearby sector, take control of the overgrown biodome. With that we'll get 99 research points and 58 food. Okay, we'll accept that. So that's telling us to do that over there. So we got water here. Okay. So that's all it wants us to do. Okay, what was it talking about? Oh, here's the objectives. Okay, let's look at all
All
this stuff.
rival commanders and native NPC factions you encounter on the planet are listed in the diplomacy interface, along with faction information and their relation towards you.
It has been a long time since I played the game, so I'm gonna explore some of this anyway. Oh yeah, just us. Okay.
Operations form a flexible toolkit that allows commanders to support military actions and steer government policies. Ops of increasing strength are unlocked through research and are listed on the left side of the operations interface.
Okay, they are subdivided into 3 categories: tactical operations, strategic operations, and doctrines.
Strategic and doctrine operations need to be primed before use. The priming process takes a number of turns pending the ops cost and your available strategic operation points.
So kind of like casting spells in Age of Wonders 3. You know, you gotta this is your casting skill level kind of thing. Here it's operation points. Doctrine operations are automatically activated when they finish priming. Strategic operations such as airstrikes can be launched on your orders. Note, you can keep multiple ops primed at once. Okay. And we have nothing, of course.
The Objectives interface gives an overview of available objectives. Quests can come from NPC factions or from special sources during the campaign.
Quests given by NPC factions can offer military or economic rewards and will improve your relations with that faction. So we also have this one. Find out what happened to the research center on this planet. Explore... Oh, that's the name of the planet. Dolos Minerva. No side quests. So if I do that, I think that just means, yeah, it shows up here. Okay. Oh, that would just open that up. Okay. Orders required.
The task notifier shows actions available during the current turn, as well as urgent matters that require attention.
Task notifier is located below the event list and above the minimap. Select a message from the task notifier or selecting a message from the task notifier will either center the camera on the relevant location or open the relevant interface. You can cycle through using events using the right mouse.
This is an army. Armies contain up to 6 units on a single hex and are used to explore the world, attack enemy armies, and defend colonies.
Selecting a unit's portrait in the army panel will display its abilities. Clicking left on a unit's portrait in the army panel below will open the unit panel for that unit. Okay, it displays its abilities. I don't think I can select right now because this is open.
To move an army, select it, and then move the cursor to the hex you want it to go to. A preview of the route is shown with a blue path to indicate how far the army can move this turn.
Each hex has a move point cost, and each unit has a set number of move points per turn. Units can be selected using left mouse button. Clicking the right mouse button over a hex will move the selected army towards that hex.
This is the unit panel, where all the information on a unit can be viewed, including their active and passive abilities in the list on the left side.
Once researched, unit mods can be assigned to a unit using the mod slots on the right.
Units can have different roles in combat.
Core units are race of scouts and baseline infantry. Skirmisher units are focused on dealing damage. Specialist units have non-damaging support abilities in addition to their attacks. And elite units are higher tier units that have strong damage and support abilities. A colony can only produce skirmisher, specialists, and elite units if it has built special unit unlock structures. So this is a skirmisher, so an offensive unit. Yeah, how would you like to ride around in one of these? I don't know, kind of looks cool, but yeah, I don't know. Seems like it'd tip over quite easily. Okay, I think we just do this, and they all move. I mean, I don't think... Yeah, see, I think if I do that...
This is the colony interface. It allows you to inspect and control your settlements on this planet. The tabs at the top left cycle through the production and colonist options. Under this colony's name, you can see the amount of each resource this colony generates. A description and a breakdown of the colony's income can be found in the tooltips of each resource.
Tooltips can be viewed by hovering over an interface element with the mouse. Okay.
The currently selected colony tab is Unit Production. All units available for construction are listed here.
More units are unlocked through research and by building their prerequisite structure. Units cost both production and energy to build, and higher tier units also cost cosmite. You can add a unit to the production queue by double clicking left mouse or by selecting it and clicking the produce button. Okay, yeah, it wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to select him again. Okay, I guess I have to do that. Colony production facilities are currently idle, Commander. I recommend we start with building a central replicator facility to increase production. I have highlighted the structure in the colony interface.
This is the Structure Production tab. Colony structures can be built from here to unlock new units, strengthen the economy, and bolster the colony's defenses.
And it's just the same as it said before, and it wants me, or it's suggesting that I build that.
Units and structures can be built in a colony by selecting the Produce option, which places them in the production queue.
The order of the production projects in the queue can be changed by hovering over them and selecting the up arrow that appears. Clicking the X will remove a production project from the queue altogether. Well, I guess there's no up arrow for just one item. So here, this is being produced now, which is a central replicator factory, a miniature factory that increases production, allowing the colony to produce structures and units more quickly. It provides plus 15 production. It's going to take us 2 turns to build it. This structure, no, this colony item, whatever, yeah, colony, is producing 85 per turn. Okay. Okay, yeah, then we just click off it, right? Establish colony. Open the colony interface and complete the central replicator facility production project found in the structure production tab. Hint, the colony interface can be opened by selecting the colony. If there's an army standing on top of it, your first press will select the army, second press will then select the colony itself. Okay.
When all suggested actions from the task notifier above the minimap have been handled, the option will automatically change to End Turn.
Since you've moved your units and started production in your colony, no more actions can be undertaken, so all that is left is to end turn. Well, I want to look at these. See, we looked at that.
The Colony Overview interface shows important information on all your colonies. Your HQ colony is marked with the throne icon.
With a star icon. The icons at the top can be used to sort the list based on the category selected. So your typical listing there.
The Military Overview interface shows important information about your armies, heroes, and items.
All military assets you control are listed here, and selecting an army or hero will take you to their position on the world map. The items tab lists all items currently in the shared inventory which all heroes have access to. So this lists the heroes, and this is our items that we could equip on our hero. We have to buy it though, right? I think so. Like, we can have our hero riding an assault bike.
Heroes are special units that lead your armies. Commander, you are also represented as a hero on the map.
Okay, well then, don't let me die. As heroes level up, they gain skill points that can be spent to unlock unique hero abilities using this interface. Many hero abilities buff the entire army they are leading. Next to unit mods, heroes have the ability to wield legendary hero items that can be found while exploring the strategic map. So he is using a laser rifle, and this unit can enter Overwatch, allowing it to automatically fire at any enemy that moves or attacks within its field of view. And he has a basic grenade. And the unit's general resistance to being affected by status effects. Okay, so 6 is his level. His mind control immunity, Overwatch, resurgence, steady aim. Attacks with ranged weapons are 50% more accurate when fired from cover. Yeah, that's okay. And if he had skill points, we could level him up.
The Units Template Manager interface shows you mod templates for units under your control.
Templates can be removed, and new templates can be created by modifying an existing template. You can toggle the visibility of the templates in the colony production screen using the checkbox next to each template. Okay, so click here and it'll show up in this. Oh, it'll show up down here. So if we have an obsolete template, we can just unclick it and it won't show up in our production queue anymore. Okay. Okay. Currently have 150 reserve energy, 20 cosmite, adding 51 energy, 5 cosmite per turn. We have 0 influence. Everybody's like, who is this guy? And why should we listen to him? But we're gaining 5 influence a turn. We're neutral. We have 2 tactical operation points. So this is, if we have tactical abilities, we can use this during combat, tactical combat. And 2 strategic operation points. And 1 doctrine reserve. In terms of the number of global doctrines you can have active at once. Okay. Commander, our laboratories have come online and research is now available. We can begin researching technologies to unlock new deployments to help us on this planet. Excellent. What do you suggest we start with considering our mission parameters? For military research, it is recommended to start with nanite support to provide our troops with extra protection and unlock battlefield support operations. For society research, it is recommended to start with frontier facilities to unlock basic infrastructure upgrades for our colony. I have highlighted these skills in the research interface for your convenience.
Welcome to the Research Center, Commander. Here we allocate knowledge to rediscover the technologies of the Star Union and search for new frontiers.
The 2 tracks can be researched in parallel. Military research and society research appear. Knowledge is applied to both types of research equally at the end of each turn.
Military research concerns unit unlocks, unit mods, and military operations.
It is divided into 3 categories: racial research, weapons research, secret technology research. So it's saying it wants us to research nanite support. That'll give us nanite injectors, which we can use to heal a unit. It gives us nanite support, drops a nanite support station into the battlefield. The nanite support station has a built-in blur field which gives obscured to all adjacent units. In addition, the station heals all adjacent units 10 points, I guess, at the start of each turn. Nanite support station is destroyable. And it gives us combat assist system, sends a cast drone to assist target unit. The drone purges any negative status effects to provide 2 shields, I guess. Well, it's active for up to 3 turns. Well, yeah, we are going to go with this because we want to get the engineer core, engineer unit. So research that.
Society research concerns economic development, governmental policies, and espionage.
It is divided into 3 categories. Doctrine research unlock governmental policies to steer your empire. Economy research focuses on the development of your colonies. And operations research increases operation effectiveness and unlocks covert operations. And she's wanting us to build frontier facilities, which gives us the recreational dome. Colony gains 2 happiness slots and +6 happiness income. And standard military infrastructure upgrades the colony militia army to include more powerful units. This is so we can employ an aquatics, and we're right next to water, so this might be useful. Frontier policies. This gives us +15 food in our colonies. Yeah, this allows us to kind of like instant produce colony militia unit, but faster than normal. Combat Simulation Center grants 3 experience per turn to all units in any stack currently on or adjacent to the colony center hex. Recruiting troops directly from our colony militia reduces training time, allows us to bring troops to the field more rapidly. So cost of all units reduced by 10% production in your colonies. Okay, well, we're going to go with their suggestion. because I don't know. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know any better. It's been a long time since I played, so we're coming back, trying to figure things out. We're here and fight these guys, I suppose. There are no survivors here. It looks like the structure was overrun by critters. We must reclaim this biodome and annex its sector to our colony. This will expand our domain and increase our supplies. We do not have enough colonists to control additional sectors yet, Commander. We will need additional food to allow the colony to grow. Larger colonies can sustain more province sectors. I want to establish our foothold here as quickly as possible. We can recover extra food from the overgrown biodome after we clear out the wildlife. Okay, and very low risk battle. Let's go to manual combat.
The battle has started, Commander. The defending army always gets to act first, followed by the attackers.
Okay, and so, it does its little swooshing introduction of the field, and if I hit the space bar, it skips that, so that's what just occurred. I have to explain, during editing I realized I need to explain that in the Age of Wonders 3 playthrough, because it looked like maybe I had skipped part of the recording by doing that.
During a combat turn, each unit has 3 action points to spend on using their abilities, which can cost between 1 and 3 action points. Regardless of cost, using an ability always ends the unit's turn.
So tactical movement colors on the ground indicate how many action points the unit will have left after moving there. The red overlay on the ground means the unit will be left with no action points after movement. So here's he has 3 action points. They all do.
Commanders and heroes are some of the strongest units in any army, capable of wielding a variety of powerful weapons and even piloting vehicles. They level up as they gain experience, allowing them to unlock new abilities and buffs.
If a commander is defeated in combat, they will return to their faction's headquarters after a certain number of turns. Heroes do not have this special protection. Okay. Out of range. Oh, I thought that was going to turn the map. Oh, that's interesting. I don't remember ever seeing that before. Okay, alright. I was just trying to figure out the interface there.
Each unit has active abilities that they can use during combat. Next to attacks, they have a guard ability, which increases the unit's defenses until the start of their next turn. Guard abilities always cost 1 action point.
The maximum range of the unit's currently selected ability will be displayed using a white line on the battlefield. You can select enemy units to see their abilities and how they can use them. Holding down the Alt button will allow your units to target obstacles or the ground, which is useful when using area of effect abilities.
Try moving your units forward to form a gun line, Commander. There are several nearby obstacles that your Vanguard troopers can take cover behind, symbolized by shield icon when hovering over the hex in cover.
Try putting your troopers in cover and enable Overwatch on them, the red eye symbol. The assault bike has great mobility and is best moved into a flanking position to engage in combat next turn. So we can't really see it, but see, okay, there's a shield symbol and it's half full. So let's see. Let's move. This guy can move. This guy can move and attack all the way up to here. Oh, cannot reach target? I think that means he can go all the way up here. So anyway, let's go here.
A friendly unit has moved into cover. Cover protects the unit by making it harder for enemies to hit them with abilities. Cover is directional and only protects against attacks if it is between the targeted unit and the enemy.
Some units are too large to use cover, but they can be used as cover by other smaller units. Throughout the combat map, there are also large obstacles that block line of sight, allowing units hiding behind them to avoid being targeted altogether. Move them up to here. We'll go on Overwatch. Yep.
Some units with ranged attacks can enter Overwatch. While in Overwatch mode, the unit will have a red eye icon above its head. This unit will fire its primary ranged attack at any enemy unit that moves or uses an ability on a hex within this unit's field of view.
Overwatch can only trigger once per unit, and if a unit using Overwatch is staggered, the Overwatch mode is cancelled. So we do want to go, I think, like this. Oh, okay. Gotta do like the right mouse. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure all this out. Here we go here. And we do Overwatch this way. Go here. Do Overwatch this way. And we'll do Overwatch this way. And you, I think, will come all the way around here. We'll look at, let's see, you can reach there, reach to there. So I think we come here and we say we're done. Move, rotate. Okay. And we end the turn.
Enemy destroyed.
Nice.
Most abilities that are used on enemy units have an accuracy rating, which is the chance that the ability hits the intended target.
If an ability misses, it will either strike another target or do nothing at all. Some abilities can also graze, meaning that the ability affected its target, but with reduced strength.
Our forces are victorious.
You attacked Marauder's Guard and won. Commander, our colony has now grown big enough to support an additional sector. I recommend annexing the sector which contains the biodome, as this will add its food income to our colony. Good. We'll annex this sector to our colony as a province sector so we can start exploiting the land for resources as soon as possible. So take the reward.
Objective completed.
Take the reward. Now we want to expand your colony by annexing a nearby sector. Hint, you can annex a sector by selecting Annex Sector in the available options.
Planets are divided into geographical sectors that contain natural resources or valuable remnants of the Star Union. Sectors can be settled with colonizers or annexed as provinces to existing colonies by interacting with the central sector map marker.
Actions available to take within the sector are listed on the bottom panel. So we can annex them, or we can just close.
Sectors usually have both a climb and a terrain feature that determine their economic potential.
In addition, sectors can contain locations such as resource nodes. That'd be here. So this would be climb and terrain. Oh, okay, fungal climate, and this is the terrain. All right. Contains locations such as resource nodes, visit sites, and hazards, which can add economic or strategic value to the sector. Hazards and special combat effects are also listed in this panel. So overgrown biodome, we get plus 10 food. Vital supplies are grown and manufactured here. Grants plus 10 food to the colony it is linked to. Grants an additional plus 5 food when in an agricultural exploitation. Fungal. The fungal climate is host to wild growth, resulting in an extremely biodiverse area. All research and food sectors on fungal gain plus 1 level. Fertile plains. These plains are highly fertile and have a rich population of microscopic life. All research and food sectors on fertile plains gain plus 1 level. So obviously we should make this an agricultural sector because it has the 3 agricultural boosts here.
To make your colonies thrive, sectors need to be annexed to colony centers. This turns them into province sectors that add income to their parent colony once they are further developed.
Through experience, you will learn how to optimize sectors, choices, and colony upgrades. For now, pick any habitable sector adjacent to your starting colony and annex it. So as the fungal climate is host to wild growth, resulting in an extremely biodiverse area. So we're going to annex this. Takes 1 turn to do that. Surface scan completed, Commander. I am picking up a Vanguard military signal nearby. This could signify the presence of survivors on the planet. Bring it up on scanners. Let's find out what in the world is going on here. Familiar signs. Locate the Vanguard military signal in the nearby sector. So investigate the Vanguard signal and we'll get 35 energy reward. Yeah, nobody got hurt during that fight, so we'll just continue on.
You have just annexed a sector, and it can now be exploited for one of the main resources. Ideally, the chosen exploitation type matches the terrain and climb features of the sector for future leveling potential.
Exploitations are built via the Colony Center interface in the Sector Production tab. The higher the level of the exploitation, the more income it provides. After the sector has been exploited, a specialization can be built in it for more benefits. Conduct research to unlock sector specializations. Commander, that sector has been successfully annexed to our colony and is now considered a province sector. It can now be exploited for additional resources. Let's get this exploitation up and running as soon as possible. What does terrain analysis tell us? How can we best exploit our new province sector? Analyzing. So, it just tells us that which we saw before. Processing, analysis, recommendation, agricultural exploitation. And agricultural exploitation will synergize with both the climb and terrain, allowing the sector to reach its full potential through research and construction. The biodome will also synergize with an agricultural exploitation, providing an additional bonus to food income.
The Sector Production tab lists the structures that can be built in any of the province sectors of the colony.
A sector can be exploited in one of 4 resources: energy, food, knowledge, or production. By building the appropriate building in that sector, you can add a structure to the production queue by double-clicking the left mouse button or by selecting it and clicking the produce button. Oh, okay, so we built that, all right. So once it's built that, very good. And we want to build one of these. Oh, that's when the arrow shows up. Okay.
Objective completed.
Complete a production project. So we got 45 energy.
Sector annexed.
Okay. And we learned
Quantum-powered molecular machines are not magic, they're science. But the uncertainty principle dictates that if I explain to you exactly how it works, it'll stop working that way. So just trust me. It's not magic. It's just probabilistic, quantum state-driven subatomic machines. Stanley Strangelove, publicist, Small-Tech Enterprises.
Okay, so now we want to get the engineer unit.
Our colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer.
Okay.
Dollar Smith, Deneb Colony Mayor.
Guns and beer. Takes 3 turns. Area surveillance, which I think that's a strategic operation. A monitoring station appears on a targeted hex. The station provides the deploying player with vision for 6 hexes and sensor coverage for 12 hexes. The station is concealed and can only be detected by other players with detection or if they move adjacent to it. Monitoring stations are not marked as belonging to a particular player and can be destroyed by other players without triggering war. Or we could do a native threat locator, reveals the location of the nearest unexplored hostile spawner to the target colony. Capability ranking, unlocks capability ranking is shown in the Empire task interface, allowing you to see how your Empire compares to that of other players. I think we go with, I would like this, but I think for right now we go with food development, since we're going to be doing food exploitation, maybe? Yeah, because this is a +1 to all production sectors. This allows us to build a military engineering guild. This can only be built in an industrial exploit. Okay, so these are only built in sectors. So yeah, it makes sense that we would do the food development right now. In agricultural exploitation sector. Yep, okay. Lieutenant Jiang, what in blazes are you doing on this rock? Last I heard you were stationed on Leave 6. Commander Jack Gilder, I require your immediate assistance. Our settlement is overrun with hopper hounds, and we need help fighting them off. We are sending you blueprints for some weapon modifications. Let's burn these bugs down. Received, Lieutenant. We'll make quick work of these bugs. Commander, before engaging in battle, we should mod our units to make them more combat effective. Select our army and inspect units in the army panel below to see and equip mods. We can equip the mods Lieutenant Jiang gave us on troops or your weapons, Commander. Please bear in mind that while the process is immediate on your weapons, modifying your troops leaves them vulnerable for a single cycle.
Objective completed.
So, help Daiyu Jing defeat the Hopper Hound threat.
Mods allow you to improve your units later in the game and allow you to adapt your arsenal to ever-evolving threats.
So I think she gave us these. Oh, because it wants us to get rid of this down here. Yeah, okay, unit mods include a variety of offensive and defensive modifications, while others provide entirely new abilities. Unit mods can be unlocked through research or bought from NPC factions. I totally did not even see this down here. I was concentrating on this up here. Yeah, okay. That will cost us 160 energy and 80 nanites to upgrade all of our units here. Okay.
Once mods have been assigned to a unit, a new template needs to be made for the modified unit.
Every template is unique with its own name and icon, and changing the mods in a unit with an existing template will prompt the creation of a new template for that unit. A template can also be used to simultaneously upgrade all existing units of the same type. So we're going to call this oh, it's not going to let us. Oh, again, okay, I gotta get rid of this again. We're going to call this a shredder unit. Let's go with, let's see, firearms. Let's give it this icon. Then we have to wait a turn. For them to be equipped. Alright, so that's all the time we have left for this episode. It's a slow start, but hopefully you'll be into it and you'll come back and join us when we continue. Until then, have an absolutely perfect day.